Okay, this lesson is using the distributive law to expand brackets. Obviously, we're still talking about our algebra. This time when we see a bracket, we always have to think about this thing out the front as being the coefficient. This bracket contains a variable, x, so we don't really know what it becomes. So x plus 4 could be anything, depends on what x is. So when we see this, once again, we have to imagine this little tiny multiplying sign. Now, if we see 2 times x plus 4, what you might be saying is, all right, we've got 2 of these brackets here. X plus 4 plus x plus 4. In the same way, if we said 2x, that would mean 2 of the x variables, or x plus x. This time we're saying 2 times this bracket, so we could put it twice. Now this will actually turn out looking like this, x plus 4 plus x plus 4. And then we know if we had to simplify, right, we know if we had to simplify, we'd have an x term and an x term. So that would be 2x, and then a 4 plus a 4 would be an 8. But there's a different way we can do this, and we're going to use something called the distributive law to do that. So if we've got 2 outside of the bracket x plus 4, what we do is we can do it a different way, and it's a bit of a shortcut way. So what we say is, all right, if this is a multiply sign out here, what we're going to do is go 2 times everything in the bracket. So 2 times the first term and 2 times the second term, keeping in mind that this symbol goes with that second term. So if we had 2 times x plus 2 times 4, and I do keep drawing these arrows to help you out, what we will end up with is 2x plus 2 times 4 is 8. And you can see we actually get the same answer. So we're going to keep using this distributive law to do our work, which means everything outside the bracket multiplies by every term inside the bracket. So let's apply it down here. This time our term outside the bracket is a 4a, and that is the whole term. It's not a 4 and an a, it's 4a. So this time the term inside are 3 and plus x, so that means a plus 1x essentially. Alright, let's have a look. So we are going to have this, first of all, 2 sets of brackets, 4a times 3, plus our next set of brackets will be 4a times x. Okay, let's have a look. So 4a times 3, if we had 3 lots of 4a, we would have 12a. And if we had 4a times x, we can't really do much to simplify that, so really all it is 4ax, and we're adding another variable into the mix. That's as far as we can go, because if we try to simplify that, we've got something with an a in it and something with 2 variables, an ax, so we can't actually make them work together. Right, let's have a look at this one now. We've got our term outside this time is a negative, so that means every time we do a multiplication we have to think of it excuse me, with a negative number. Okay, so our first term in here would be negative 2x times x, and then our next one is negative 2x times 6. Okay, let's have a look at that. Negative 2x times x. Let's just look at the x times x part. X times x is actually x squared. And now we have negative 2. If there's nothing out the front, what it means is the coefficient is 1. So negative 2 times 1 is just negative 2. And then we are adding in negative 2x times 6. Now this is the number, and the numbers work together, so negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. We have to bring our variable with us. Now sometimes you'll see this is a perfectly okay way to leave our expression today, but we can actually change it so it says negative 2x squared minus 12x. It's fine to change this value, sorry, not value, this sign there, or this operation, for what our plus is there. Okay, and that is how we use our distributive law to expand on our brackets.